Hey everyone, I'm Felicia Kashivaroff, an ICF certified relationship coach and founder of Tend Task. Today, I'm going to reveal something that's silently straining relationships in homes across the country: the invisible mental load. You know that feeling when you're constantly keeping track of everything that needs to be done. Doctor's appointments, grocery lists, when you're running low on diapers, noticing the kids' clothes are getting too small. All while your partner seems blissfully unaware that these things even need attention. That's the mental load, and if it's causing tension in your relationship, you're not alone. Through my work with many couples, I'd like to share a simple, practical approach that can transform how you and your partner share this invisible work. Let's break down what the mental load actually is. It's not just about physical tasks, it's the invisible thinking work that goes into running a household and family. The mental load has two main components. First, there's cognitive labor, all the things we think about and keep track of. Remembering we're low on toilet paper, scheduling doctor's appointments, knowing what's in the refrigerator, planning meals, tracking kids' clothing sizes, remembering important dates. Then there's emotional labor, noticing when your partner seems stressed, monitoring your child's emotional well-being, arranging playdates for social development, maintaining relationships with extended family, making sure everyone feels supported and heard. What makes the mental load so exhausting isn't just the volume of things to remember. It's that it's constant and never-ending. There's no off switch. And here's the crucial part. There's absolutely no biological reason why one partner, often women, should carry more of this load than the other. But in my work with couples, I see how these invisible tasks often default to one person. When that happens, resentment builds, conflicts arise, and the relationship suffers. Now, let's get to the solution I promised. After years of working with couples, I found that trying to fix the entire mental load problem at once simply doesn't work. It's too overwhelming, too complex, and too easy to slip back into old patterns. Instead, successful couples use what I call the start small approach. Step 1. Choose one specific issue that's creating friction. Just one. Many couples want to overhaul everything at once, but that's setting yourselves up for failure. Pick something concrete and specific, like managing the kids' school paperwork, meal planning, or even something as specific as dealing with lunch containers. Step 2. Make the invisible visible by breaking down all the mental workload involved. Let me share a real example from my coaching practice. I worked with a couple who were fighting almost daily about dirty lunch containers left in the car. They would pile up, get smelly, and then there weren't clean containers for the next day's lunches. When we dug deeper, we realized the full mental load included remembering the containers are in the car, remembering to bring them in while juggling kids, bags, and keys, noticing when they're running low on clean containers, planning ahead to ensure containers are clean for the next day, tracking which containers work best for different foods, replacing containers when they get damaged. Seeing this full list was eye-opening for both partners. What seemed like a simple task of just bringing in the containers was actually part of a complex system. Step number 3, transfer complete ownership of this one area. This is critical. The partner who typically carries less of the mental load doesn't just help with the physical tasks, they take over the entire thinking process for this specific issue. In our container example, the partner needed to develop their own system for remembering containers, take responsibility for ensuring containers are clean, manage the inventory of container supplies, and handle the entire process without being reminded. Step 4. Brainstorm systems together, but let the receiving partner choose their approach. For our couple with the container problem, they came up with a simple but effective solution: moving containers from the back seat to the front seat and placing them on top of work items that always came into the house. This eliminated the need to remember, as the containers were now physically linked to items that were never forgotten. Step 5. Schedule a specific check-in date to evaluate how it's working. Set a calendar reminder for 2 weeks later to discuss: is the system working? Has the mental load truly transferred? Does anything need adjusting? Is everyone feeling good about the change? Step 6. Once you've succeeded with one area, expand gradually. After you've established a successful system for one issue, use the same process to address another specific friction point. Over time, you'll transform your relationship's division of mental labor. The magic of this approach is that it builds confidence and competence in manageable steps. Instead of a complete overhaul that fails, you create sustainable change one piece at a time. Now, let me address some common challenges that might come up. If you find yourself thinking, but my partner doesn't do it right, ask yourself, is this a true necessity or just your preference? Be honest about the difference between something being done differently versus being done incorrectly. If you still find yourself noticing and worrying, practice letting go. This takes time, especially if you've been carrying the mental load for years. Give yourself and your partner grace during this transition. And if you start strong but slip back into old patterns, that's why the scheduled check-ins are so important. They help you course correct before resentment builds again. Balancing the mental load is one of the most powerful changes you can make in your relationship. It's not just about fairness, it's about creating space for true connection, reducing resentment, and building a partnership where both people can thrive. If you found this approach helpful, I've created a free guide called How to Be Amazing Parents and Still Keep Your Love Alive that dives deeper into the mental load and other relationship challenges that arise during parenthood. The link is in the description below, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one specific area of mental load that creates friction in your relationship? Thank you for watching, and remember, a balanced partnership starts with making the invisible visible, one small step at a time.